I've watched you. Sometimes our people disagree with you, but I mean, I understand some of your approach. I mean, sometimes we take a hard bite. It helps us as politicians.
Nowadays, when I listen to you, I even panic.
Why? Why do you panic?
The way you, Papa. Papa.
Figuratively, he bites as hard as he can.
Okay.
And of course, when he puts his fangs in.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Hasbanallahu wa ni'mal wakil. The Lord is my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear? And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runneth over, and surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. It's Thursday. It's raining. Welcome to Johnny's Bite. Yesterday, I told you about a young man who has intentions of leading the Student Representative Council of the Ghana School of Law. His name is Sixtus Don Olu, and I'm told he's number 2 on the ballot sheet. My interactions so far with the students say that he is a very, very probable winner, and the fact that they have considered his thoughts and the plans that he had. The engagement may not have been monetary, may not have the money to throw at you, but trust me, I have worked with him, I've seen him practice in journalism, and I think he's the right choice. So number 2, please. Now, I want to this morning go back to something that the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, said in July 2021. This was when we started hearing the conversations when you ask about how the economy was faring, and then quickly we rushed to COVID. You ask about it. Prior to the 2020 election, if you ask about the economy, it was free SHS. Everything was free SHS. Then post 2020, when COVID had come and then we had run through, now they had free SHS and COVID. Now these days it is COVID, Russia, Ukraine, and then maybe you may want to add another strand to it, maybe IMF, and add the opposition and all of that. But I remember that at that time we were being told about COVID. The President of the Republic had cause to invite all the state-owned enterprises, their bosses, into a meeting. He had a message for them. Listen to the President of the Republic.
Initiated various policy reforms and interventions to achieve the key objectives of fostering coherence in the supervision and oversight of SOEs, thus addressing key constraints hampering their performance. These policy reform and enhancement measures, as set out in the 2017 State Ownership Report, have been grouped into the following thematic areas. 1. Streamlining government oversight of the SOE sector. 2. Piloting corporate governance improvements. 3. Government on-lending policy. 4. Credit risk assessment for SOEs. And 5. Rationalizing compensation and salary disparities. The task is therefore for you to operate profitably and efficiently, and by so doing, expand your scope of operations so that you can employ more people. I'm hopeful that by the end of each fiscal year, every specified entity that signed this compact with government will be able to achieve these objectives. You must also focus on your supply chain activities by involving Ghanaian entrepreneurs to spur the micro, small and medium scale enterprises MSME sector in order for more and more young people to be employed.
That was the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. And you saw all the big boys and big girls were in the room, and he charged them to be profitable. He charged them procurement issues and all of that. They spoke about it. I go back to GIHOC. Now, this is where I draw my strength from. So there's no witch hunting, there's no personalization of the issues. I've not been interested in whose health, and no, I'm not interested. I'm interested in the black and white, the facts and the figures. And I'd rather want that if you want to counter anything I'm saying, you come with facts and figures that are contrary to what I'm saying. I'm playing the president's voice. That's a fact. Fact number 2 is that the workers of GIHOC feel like that log. Please show me that log. You see management, you see HR, and then you see the workers. They are all pretending to be carrying the log while it is the workers who are carrying the log. Please show me that log. That's how the workers at GIHOC, that's how they feel. They feel that, yes, a certain load has been put on their head. And while we look for the log, I want to say thank you to the National General Secretary or Secretary General of the ICU. Yesterday, I'm told that you surprisingly walked into the meeting that had been booked by your regional executive. And if you hadn't gone that, perhaps that's what the workers are saying. Perhaps the regional executives would have gone to beg, as they had already started, if you hadn't gone in there. Now, this is the log. You see, in the log, you have 3 categories of people. The first one in the suit is the management. The second one are the staff. They are the ones actually carrying the load. And then the third one is the HR in white. So they are making it look as if they are carrying the load along with you, but really that's how the workers at GIHOC feel. They feel that the work is not working, if I can put it that way. So while I thank the General Secretary of the ICU or the National Executive for popping into the meeting right there and then, and I'm told they started a few people, caused a little confusion. We're grateful that you could get in there. Number 2, my understanding is that ever since I spoke about the fact that the finance person had been sidelined, he's being used now. So we are grateful again to the management for coming back onto the road. Number 3, did you know that the current ECG boss, and it would re-emphasize some of the points I had made here about giving young people a chance. The current ECG boss, Lawyer Dubik Mahama, we're all happy about what he's doing, trying to rake in revenue, stepping on certain toes, disconnecting people and collecting money. We're all happy from state-owned institutions, etc., etc. Did you ever know that he used to be on the board of GIHOC? That's the information I have. That he used to be on the board of GIHOC. And that he used to question a lot of things. And that people had some issues. And that even some of the workers were lobbying for him to come and head GIHOC. Well, that didn't materialize. He's been moved and he's at ECG. And we can all see how profitable ECG has become. And they are raking in all the money. So, is it true that one of the offices at GIHOC, one of the offices at the canteen, at GIHOC, has been converted into an office. An office has been converted into a bedroom. An office has been converted into a bedroom at GIHOC for somebody to be sleeping there. Is it true? Oh no, I'm asking. Is it true? And is it true that GIHOC is not able to afford local bottles? Please show me that video. The video, and I decided to show you that on a rainy day, where bottles that were procured with your money, tax money, have been left to the mercy of the weather. Let it sink in. These are premium bottles. And when I say premium bottles, in anybody who produces some of these things, you know. Show me the video. The video. I want the video so that people will see how it's been left to rot. Premium bottles procured with state funds. Because GIHOC is state-owned, whether they borrow, whether they go and get grants, whatever it is being contracted in our name. The video, I want to see the video because today it is raining. Very soon it will shine. These premium bottles, I'm told to the tune of 2 million Ghana cedis and above, have been at the mercy of the weather since 2020. It will get to a time when these bottles cannot be used. These bottles are GIHOC. And this is even small because if you go to the warehouse in Kumasi, you have even some more there. Premium bottles. I've had this video since 2020. If you want to go and cover up and how it's been there. I've had them long time ago and how 2020. I want to see the video. I don't want to see the pictures. I'm tired of the pictures. I want the videos to flow. And you see, I'm asking these questions because could this be why GIHOC is sinking? Could Could this be why GIHOC is singing, show me the 2 bottles of Madingo? And this is to the FDA. I'm not doing advert. I'm raising a critical matter. The 2 bottles of Madingo. Show me. That bottles were procured. And now we are not able to use these premium bottles to produce locally because these ones are supposed to be meant for export. So it comes at a certain premium price. I'll show you 2 bottles, Madingo. Show them quickly so we can talk about it. Now, questions are being asked whether or not GIHOC is able to procure the ethanol and other raw materials because these bottles are sourced from China. These bottles that you see there left at the mercy of the weather are sourced from China. That's my information. And it cost us 2 million and more. Now, who procured these bottles? And with what mindset were these bottles procured? And why haven't these bottles been used? Is it because we owe the people who are providing the raw materials and we are not able to pay? These are the questions I'm asking. If we had found that Madingo bottles, I've shown you what was meant for the local market and what is meant for the premium market. The 2, local market and premium market. Now we are being forced to use the bottles meant for premium market for Madingo for the local production. And see, I'm showing you these things because these are your monies. Put the video, put the pictures there. Don't put my face. But put the bottles there. Let the people of Ghana feel it the way it is that I'm feeling. Change the pictures. There are plenty of pictures. Let them feel it the way I'm feeling. That has been left there since 2020. So, Office of the Special Prosecutor should be interested in this as much as is interested in Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng being invited for an interview and suddenly being told that he's under arrest. OSP should be interested. Is this what we call causing financial loss to the state? Does it qualify? Who ordered them? And was it under the approval of the board and management? People have questions to answer. Could this be the reason they are not able to pay SNIT on time? Could this be the reason they have defaulted in the payment of tier 3 contributions? Could this be the reason? No, I don't want the new pictures. I want the old pictures. Show me keep the old pictures on there. Could this be the reason the SNIT? Could this be the reason GIHOC owes GRA? Could it be the reason that salaries delay? The president said we should be profitable. Is this our definition of profitability? And I will stay on this matter. I've given you different perspectives until something happens. The concept of Abaye Juma, so we actually do not care. If you had a factory and you were running and you had procured bottles meant for premium production and you had left them at the mercy of the sun and the rain, how would you feel? As a Ghanaian, ask yourself that if you had money and you had procured things and the things had been left at the mercy of the sun and the rain, and at some point because of the vagaries of the weather you may not be able to use the bottles again, which means that it is wastage, how would you feel if it were your father's company or your mother's company or your own company or your uncle's company? We don't talk because we hate people, no. We talk because these things are our own money. We have a whole chief of staff. She should be interested in this. The president himself who taxed the people to be profitable, he should be interested in this. The minister for the enterprises, he should be interested in this. The boss at SIGA, he should be interested in this. These are premium bottles left. Is this what we call causing finance? It says 2020. That's my information. And this is state funds. We can't find money to feed children in basic school. Such that school feeding caterers have been on strike. We can't find money to print textbooks for the children. But we have money to buy bottles and leave them. Today we can't even buy ethanol. We source most of the things from outside. Are we credit worthy enough to go back to them to go and ask them to bring us stuff to produce and put alcohol? Because there's a ready market I mentioned. I say if you want to go and cover and how I finished my investigations before I start talking. And how So the people at GIHOC this morning, I'm asking you this question. I'm asking the question, all those people who say they are patriotic, all those people who say this, I'm not picking on anybody. I'm picking on the industry that Kwame Nkrumah built and left for us. Is this how we're running it? These bottles have been left. They are not Koliba bottles, so they are not used bottles. These are brand new bottles that were bought and left there. And I say there's even a double do in Kumasi, the warehouse. Maybe later I'll show you that one. The president should be interested. Vice president should be interested. Chief of staff should be interested. Office of the special president. Good. Thank you. This is the bottle for the premium. If you buy Madingo, this is Madingo premium. This is the Madingo we export. And sorry to FD, I'm not advertising. Show me the other one. So this is the local one. Bring the first picture. This is what is sold locally to Ghanaians. But then if you go on the markets these days, do you see these bottles? These bottles are supposed to be for export. So the bottles come at a certain price. And part of the bottles you saw out there left on the road contains bottles like that. This is what would have been the premium for Castle Bridge. We all know how Castle Bridge looks like. This would have been the premium. The bottles have been left there. Now that you've seen how the finished product looks like, show me in the last picture. Then we close. The last picture of how the thing has been left in the sun and the rain. This is how Castle Bridge is supposed to look like. Show me just one. There's one single picture. Then we'll close. You see them? You see the bottles? Have you seen the way the bottles have been left? This is how it's supposed to be. Right? We have not produced this, but we have left it. And there's a ready market. And there's somebody who says nothing will happen to me. The question I always ask is, if we can put Mr. Dubik Mahama at ECG, a former board member of GIHOC, and he's doing wonders there, raking in revenue, what are all the people at GIHOC doing? Some of who are older than Ghana, by the way. Because Ghana is 66. Some are older than Ghana. And if you actually need time after growing older than Ghana to want to make a mark, then you haven't made a mark at all. Because by your retirement age, you should have made a mark. And I'm talking from the depth of my heart. Will the president rise to the occasion that he asked that state-owned enterprises be profitable? Will he now go and ensure that these state-owned enterprises are profitable? Engineer Oswald Boateng, good morning to you. Siga, GIHOC is calling. Minister Kujo, GIHOC is calling. OSP Kisi Jabin, GIHOC is calling. Chief of Staff Remo Pari, GIHOC is calling. Mr. President Akufo-Addo, GIHOC is calling. Omambapa, GIHOC is calling. Forget about your partisanship for a minute. Ghanaians, GIHOC are calling. Good morning.
Your approach. I mean, sometimes we